Chef Joe Gatto is here in Studio 2. And let me just give you a few words. Volcano roll, dynamite roll, Philadelphia roll, rainbow roll. You're going to teach us to make some sushi.
We're going to roll.
Welcome. We're going to roll. Let's roll.
Let's get rolling.
Chef Joe Gatto, of course, joins us every month. Private chef, culinary instructor, joins us monthly to teach us how to make delicious food from scratch. You picked sushi today.
Yeah, I thought it would be really fun. Something kind of different, something we could do at the same time, right? No burners, something that's really fun to do at a party, have friends over. My daughter Cassidy loves doing that. There's a great video on my Instagram at Chef Joe Gatto of like a party we do. Like we teach a class for sushi and everyone always has a blast.
And so today I think what we're going to do is make some with fish. You've got tuna here and some with just vegetable. Is that right?
That's correct. And we've got a little spicy sriracha mayo, little dipping sauce. We've got green onion scallion. We've got red pepper, cucumber.
It looks gorgeous. All right, so we looked up, I wanted to do this. We looked up a little bit of a history lesson on sushi, which we learned, PBS was one of the sources. We learned that originally there's an ancient tradition of packing fish in rice.
That's correct.
You fast forward to the 15th century in Japan, salted rice was used to preserve the fish. The fermentation process took time. First, there was the process of eating the fish. Eventually, people started to eat the rice when the cooks could ferment the fish faster.
Yeah.
So you could eat the two together. Then a process to add vinegar to preserve the fish so you could create the same flavor. You could eat the fish and rice. Fast forward to 1820s. Now we're using fresh fish. You add it to the rolls, and here's how we get to the sushi that we know now.
Yeah, and I mean, that's some great history on it because originally it was just a street food. It was like, hot dogs, anything. It wasn't even that high end. And then the earthquake happened in Japan and all this real estate opened up. So the sushi chefs moved to brick and mortars and it just kind of took off from there. It's such an interesting food.
So the other thing that I want to point out, I think we're making maki today, right? Which is the type of roll where the seaweed is on the outside.
Correct.
The rice and the filling are on the inside. Of
Correct.
course, there's a whole bunch of different kinds. There's nigiri, there's sashimi, there's a whole bunch of different kinds.
It's endless. And I think this is a good starter kit.
Okay, so get us started. And I do want to point out, there are people who train for up to a decade to do this. That's not what we're doing.
No.
We're doing the kind we can do at home. So get us started.
We're doing.
All right.
Yeah.
And again, you can follow along, radioboston.org. We are streaming and you can watch.
Right. So
right.
We have our sushi mat.
Yes.
And we have nori.
Which is made out of what? Is this bamboo or okay? All right.
It is. It's bamboo. And then we put
Wrapped in plastic.
our dried seaweed, which is the nori.
Right.
On top.
Where can you get nori?
Anywhere.
Really?
So Whole Foods. I mean, you can really get it anywhere.
Almost
It's
anywhere.
really available.
Okay.
So we're going to lay that down. And then we have our sushi rice, which you wash a lot and then, cook it through so it still has some stickiness to it. And then
So I really want to ask a bunch of questions about the sushi rice because my understanding is that the sushi rice, this is kind of everything.
Yeah, to me, it's like the bread in a grilled cheese sandwich, right? It's like without good bread, it's just nothing. So
Now,
this takes a while because you really have to wash it and getting it clean so the water runs clear.
Is there a particular varietal of rice?
It's a short grain.
Okay.
Right? Like an arborio, anything like that. So
Okay.
it generates the starch to make it sticky.
Okay. And then did you use a steamer? Did you cook it on the stove?
I use my rice cooker for this because it's so consistent.
Okay.
You can do it on the stove, and I've done it on the stove, but I really like how the rice cooker does it.
Okay.
And it picks it off every time because when we're doing big classes of 30 or 40 in Boston, I have to make so much of this that trying to do it on the stovetop would be virtually impossible.
So this is a good sticky, short grain rice that you've washed multiple times and then cooked in a rice cooker.
Yep, and then when it comes out, I toss it with a little sugar and a little rice wine vinegar.
Okay.
That's how you season it.
Okay.
And when you roll this onto the nori, we're going to see this already?
Yeah, it's already stuck to your
It
thumb.
sticks. This thing's crazy.
Yeah.
That's why we have this big bowl of water.
Okay.
Because this will stick to you like glue.
All right.
And it doesn't come off.
And that's the point.
Right. So what we have to do is we're going to take this rice.
I don't have to wet my hands first.
You're going to wet
going
your
to.
hands.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just kind of giving the dry run through.
All right.
And so I'm going to do this, right?
All right.
And you have to get your hands wet.
So I'm wetting my hands in this bowl, kind of lukewarm water, getting my fingers wet. And that's a good handful. That's about the size of a tennis ball.
Yep,
I would
and we're
say.
going to
Maybe
do
a little
two of
less.
those.
Two on this.
And then we're going to
So I've got 2 balls of rice that I'm laying
Yep.
down on my nori here.
Perfect.
Okay.
And you don't even
how
have to
well do I
ball it
have
up.
to
You can
form?
just
Okay.
chug it.
Okay, so I'm chucking some rice.
Yep.
But I have this overwhelming urge to create a perfect ball of rice.
Of course you do.
Wait, I know. Wait, is it okay if I do create a perfect ball of rice, or is it better if I don't?
It's better
I
if you
already
don't.
did it.
But,
No.
But that's
I'm going to
okay.
mess up my rice. Okay.
I mean, I'm not
couldn't
going to
help
say
it.
anything.
I had to make a perfect ball of rice.
You know,
They're
it's
making
funny.
fun of me in the
I knew
control
that was
room.
going to happen. Everyone, look at the entire control room. Everyone knew that was going to happen,
Everyone
right?
knew. I know it's true. Wait, should I rinse my hands again?
Yes, you
Okay.
rinse it in the water again,
And for those
then
who
try
are
to make a ball out of the
tuning
water.
in, right, who are like, what is going on? We are making sushi in Studio 2 with Chef Joe Gatto. You can be listening, obviously, or we're streaming on radioboston.org. You
Streaming.
can be watching me be anal retentive as I try to make sushi.
It's mayhem in Studio 2. The sushi has broken us.
That's right. All right.
All right, so
we've
now
got
we're
our
going to do
clumps
this.
of rice on our nori here.
This is going to be good for you because we're going to go almost to the edge.
Excellent.
And
In a perfect shape. Please
Right.
tell me it's a perfect shape.
if it's not a perfect shape, you have to throw it away.
All
No,
right.
we're just going to calmly
So I'm
push
making
these out.
I'm making a square with the rice sort of embedded
Correct.
in the square of the nori.
And then you're going to have to dip your hands
Okay.
to keep it from sticking.
All right. So what we're really doing here, truly, we are lining the seaweed paper with the sushi rice.
Correct.
Right. Okay. And this this is a short grain rice that's been
Yep.
steamed and then seasoned with a little bit of sugar. What if you didn't want to use sugar?
You
Could
don't have to.
use-
I mean,
what
you know
else could
me,
you
right?
sweeten it
I
with?
mean, I'm all about just doing it. If
Yep.
it's not completely authentic, if it's not the exact way, the idea is to get in the kitchen and have some fun.
Got it.
Right? If
Yep.
if all these rules come down on us, then it's not as fun. My kids like to make this, so
Mm-hmm.
you could use a little soy. I mean, you can really do whatever you want. I like leaving it with just a little of the vinegar and a
Yep.
little of the sugar because I love the flavor
It
of the
already
rice.
smells wonderful.
The rice is really
Now,
the key.
what if I don't have a sushi mat? Could I use something else with it? Because you've got plastic wrap around the sushi mat.
Yeah, if you don't, the sushi mat just gets destroyed. That's
So
very
okay.
good.
Thank you. And is there something I might have in my home besides a sushi mat that I could use?
No, just get these. These
Just
are
get
like
these?
$5.
Okay, so they're inexpensive.
Yeah,
And
super
where
inexpensive.
can I get them?
Amazon?
Okay, so
Yeah.
you can order those.
Yeah, I
Okay.
ordered a bunch of them.
Okay.
And you can see ours look pretty much identical.
Okay, I'm going to hold this up so that people who are watching and streaming can
Right.
see what that looks
Pretty
like.
much
Okay.
identical.
I got a cutting board, which is cool.
Yeah, you have the
I got a little
cool cutting
fancier.
board.
I know. All right, so I've rinsed our hands 52,000 times
Right.
here. Yeah.
So now we're just going to kind of move this out of the way.
Okay.
Now comes the fun part. Now, we have some traditional ingredients, right?
Yes.
But we've done this a million different ways. We've done this with pulled pork.
Okay.
We've done this with, I mean, anything you can think of, we've thrown in here for fun.
So I'm guessing that there would be some sushi purists who would say, no, there are only certain things that you can put in.
100%.
But-
1,000%. Just like pizza purists, just like pasta
Right.
purists. They're out there. They'll come after me,
Yeah.
and that's fine.
But-
because I just like to have fun.
But as we've also had conversations like with dumplings, as there are a great variety of dumplings, you can always find a way to put something inside something else. And
Right.
that's what you're talking about.
And that's
here,
exactly
too. Got it.
the idea is like
Yeah.
I mean, for me, sometimes it's what we have left over in the fridge. If I have a big class and I have leftover rice, we make sushi rolls, like I said,
Got
with
it.
conchinita pill, and they're awesome.
I did not even know the words that just came out of your mouth, but it sounds
Conchinita
great.
is like my favorite thing in the world. It's literally means like buried pig, and it's this slow
Oh,
roasted
no.
pork.
Yes, yes. I actually saw that on that CNN series, Eva Longoria, when she went
There you
to
go.
they made conchinita pibil. I know what you're talking
My
about.
favorite
There
dish
you
in the
go.
world, and
All
I had
right.
it down in Mexico last year. A
Yes.
version of it.
Yeah.
That was my absolute all-time favorite.
It looked amazing. Yeah. Okay. So,
So
now
here's
we're gonna
some seasoned
we're gonna put some
fresh
things in.
tuna.
Yeah.
Here's the green onion, the red pepper, the cucumber,
Yeah.
and this is a little spicy sriracha mayo.
Okay. So you've
which
got some sriracha mayo.
I'm going to put right in there, and you know what? No one can say anything because it's my
it's
sushi,
your
and
sushi.
I'll put this on if I want
Okay.
to.
So how do you decide where to put the spicy mayo?
I'm going to start like 3/4 of the way down like I do with my ingredients as
Okay,
well. Or you can just splash it
I just
everywhere,
looped
just like
it.
a
I just
Pollock painting. It's up to
yeah,
you.
I'm going Pollock. Did you know? I learned somewhere that I learned on Jeopardy now I'm in. I was like, I shouldn't say this, but I will. I learned on Jeopardy that they actually use some of Jackson Pollock's paintings in therapy for Jackson Pollock. There's your trivia for today.
Really?
Yes, that is a true story. Yep.
I have learned so much here today.
I know. I'm
My
sorry.
brain's like
All
overloading.
right, let's go back to the tuna, because
So-
here's my question on the tuna. You said this is fresh tuna. This seems like a critical question. When we say fresh, what constitutes fresh? Because
I mean,
this is raw
this
fish.
would be raw, flash frozen to get to, I think it's 46 degrees, which makes it, I believe that's what they consider sushi grade.
Okay. So if somebody is going to the store and they want to purchase fish that they are going to make into sushi, when do they purchase it? What do they ask for?
I would
How do
purchase
they
it,
store it?
Purchase it day of from like a fishmonger, talk it through, tell them what you're using it for.
Okay.
Do some research.
Okay.
Don't just grab it at 7-Eleven and,
Okay.
people are going to
Not feel well.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you really want to make sure that it's sushi grade. You want to make sure of, that's traceability, the whole deal.
Okay.
And this is absolutely delicious.
So we are laying these couple of pieces of tuna. What is the tuna seasoned with, Joe?
This has a little mix that I made that has soy sauce. It has sweet chili sauce. It has a little brown sugar, a little vinegar, a little ginger, a little garlic.
I'm touching every piece of sushi. I don't mean to.
Yeah,
I'm
I was
trying to find
wondering.
the right
I was wondering
length.
what was going on there.
Forget it. I'm trying to find
I
the
thought
right
you were
length
just-
to kind of
I
even
thought
it
you
out.
just liked it, and you
Yeah,
were
I
just
mean-
like, I'm just gonna dip my. Mind if I
There
just
we
put my
go.
whole head in
That's
here?
right. I'm so sorry. I was just trying to find the right length piece.
So
I need my things to line up, Joe.
I am seeing that.
We're
and
making sushi here, and I'm getting very uptight about it.
I'm going to give you.
These are scallions,
Oh,
yes?
geez, this isn't ripped properly for you.
Oh, no.
Here we go. Sorry,
And you
that's
can
a
be
little
watching
uneven.
this, by the way, on radioboston.org. We are streaming as we make sushi in Studio 2. Thank you. So we've got some long strips of scallion, and not
Yeah.
even the whole shoot, right? You just sort
Yeah,
of tore
I
pieces
tore
off.
it for you. I'm doing a
Thank you.
whole
You're
shoot
doing
just
a whole
to
shoot?
just to kind of.
Okay. And what else are we putting in?
Let's do a little red pepper.
Okay, so long, thin strips of red pepper going
this
in here
one,
as
this
well.
is one of my favorite classes to prep for because
Yeah.
I like all the knife work.
Yeah, and in fact, the knife that you brought in, as I understand,
Yes.
we got to show people this. You forged that knife
I
yourself.
did hand forge this
Amazing.
one. Yeah,
And
up at Murphy's Knives.
Let's show people what this looks like as we go. Maybe you can actually put the next vegetable on right
I will
across
do that
here
for
so
you.
people can see it for those who are watching the stream. And if you're listening, what we're doing is literally, it's like putting colorful stripes working its way up the square
Yeah,
here,
and
right? So we have a line of the tuna, we
I
have a
wanna
line
make
of the
it go this
scallion.
way so you'll
Don't you
freak
do
out,
it.
but
It'll freak me
I'll
out.
do-
We have a
I'll do
line
it
of
this way.
thinly cut. Is this cucumber here?
This is a little cucumber.
Little thinly cut cucumber
And
there.
The
There we
experts
go.
that do this, the people that are just unbelievable at it, they can take all these vegetables, they cut them in a perfect way, and
Yeah.
they can make the outside look, when you slice it, it will look like a stained glass window.
Beautiful.
It's unbelievable.
Beautiful.
They're so talented.
Now, Joe, I'm assuming that if I wanted to, I could leave the tuna out and build the same as a vegetarian piece of sushi.
Absolutely.
Great. So
And
what are we putting in now?
I'm using a little wasabi.
A bit of it, and you've got wasabi in a tube here.
Yeah, I do have
Okay.
wasabi in a tube.
And I'm allowed to
Because
touch the
who
tuna
doesn't?
again because we're going to squirt some wasabi onto the tuna and
Right.
smear it across. Now,
That's-
wasabi, for people who don't know, is quite spicy.
It's very spicy.
I love wasabi.
But if it's not making you cry,
Right,
you're not
I
doing
agree.
it right.
Okay, so we put some
Perfect.
wasabi across the fish here, kind of smearing that in with our fingers.
Yep, that's
Yeah?
what I do. Wasabi.
Okay.
I'm going to put this right. I carry wasabi in my pocket because you just never know when
Because you
you're
never
gonna
know
need-
when you might need some wasabi.
Right,
Okay,
you can
there we
defend
go.
yourself with it.
Yep. All right.
right, so
now,
here
we
we
take
go.
our sushi mat.
These fingers
Yep.
are going to hold this
And we're
back
going
a
to
bit.
hold the vegetables in place as we start to
As
bring
this
this up. I
comes
see.
over,
So we're going to
right?
bring the flap over the top
Yep.
of the vegetables and the fish for those who aren't physically seeing this.
And
okay?
then
and we're going to press it down.
I press it and I pull back a
Press
little
and
bit.
pulling back to kind of really form a tight roll.
Right, and we'll get that.
Now we lift the mat up and
See that?
the what is this called
Oh,
again?
bingo, the nori,
The nori is still in place.
right? And then we go back with
now-
the mat and we
okay.
go again.
And now the mat helps us continue to roll. We'll roll
Right,
a
we
little
get
more
that
with the
nice
mat.
shape.
We press in place. We pull it back to check. We put it back over again.
And then
roll
one more
further. Press to check. Oops, I might have lost mine there. I didn't. Okay, we're still good.
Nope, you're good.
And the rice is sticking, and so
Yep.
over time you're feeling a little stickiness on your sushi mat.
Yeah, you're killing
Right?
it right
Okay,
now.
and then
one more,
one
and then
more,
pull in with your fingers
And
a
really
little
give
underneath.
it a good squeeze.
Yep,
Oh, we are at 1:30 Joe. We got to finish
that's okay.
this up.
We're right here.
And here's our sushi roll. You hold yours up to the screen. I'm gonna put mine over here.
Bingo.
All right, and let's take the knife and let me cut a piece off.
All right, ready? Actually, I think I'll cut it real quick because it
Okay,
it
because you've
falls
got the
apart really
forged
quick.
knife. You cut the piece.
And then I'll do.
Ooh, 2 pieces of mine. Very nice.
I'll just get them all done.
Beautiful.
Here we go.
Yep, and we got to taste it, right?
Right? How beautiful does
That's
that look?
Gorgeous.
Then I'm just going to
We're
give
gonna
you a little
put
sauce.
Dollop of sauce.
I told them they
soy
couldn't
sauce.
break me.
All right, I'm going to taste it as I say. Tune in tomorrow. We're going to talk
I
about.
get it. Tune in.
To tune in 10 Stories of the Great Migration, a new book written by a local author. All of the 10 stories come from parishioners of the Charles Street AME Church. As I taste my sushi, watch this. Good.
It's so good.
So good.
Right?
That's our show for today. Radio Boston is a production
Woo!
of. Do you know who we're a production of?
No, I don't.
90.9 WBUR.
We're a production of 90.9 WBUR.
Thanks for listening. Thanks to Joe Gatto.
This is always fun. Thanks
Oh
for
my
having
God.
me.
This is
you know,
so good, folks.
next one, we're doing grilled cheeses.
Grilled cheese and
Woo! And tomato soup.
next month with
Don't
Joe
miss
Gatto.
it. Don't miss it.
Tune in again tomorrow for more Radio Boston.